Hey friends, what's going on? Keder here on a beautiful day, my friend. Let's go for a ride today. What's up, guys? So guys, I never really had the chance to explain my story to you in whole. So let's go for a ride and let me explain some of my story. I can't, I'm 20, I'm 30 years old. So there's no way I can tell you all my story in just one go. But I can give you a little bit of drop here and there, also share my story with you. I want to share 4 key points. I call them the 4 S's of entrepreneurship. That I don't know where you are right now, but there's 4 S's of the 4 stages of entrepreneurship that you have to go through as an entrepreneur as you're building your business. Okay, so the first one is survival. Okay, so my story really started out with survival. The first S is survival. I remember when I came to the States, I didn't have much. I find my parents working 2 jobs to take care of me and my brother and my sister and my young sister. I remember growing up and my dad would take me with them and we would go. They were working at an office picking out garbages and they were also working at they also drive the school bus. They didn't drive for my county, they drive for a different county, but I remember going with my mom, and my mom always had big dreams for me. My parents always had big dreams, and I would go to this office and we would pick out cans and we would go sell these cans and we would make money. And I remember being excited whenever we would pick out those cans, and we would go make, like, sometime we would make like $20 selling those stuff, and I would get some of the money. And I remember going to these offices. I used to get those magazines. In these offices they used to have those magazines. They used to have a lot of Maxim and they used to also have entrepreneurs magazine, successful people magazine. So I remember reading over these things, just being there, but it wasn't intentionally. It was first thing then that my mind started being open to, man, those are the people that are living their dreams. And but back then the example that was set out in front of me was, man, my mom over here, my dad over here, and look at what we doing. So life was tough. Life was tough, but I didn't even feel like it was tough because of the fact that that's all that we knew. So I felt like I had it better than a lot of my other people, because my parents was able to provide for us. We always had food on the table, so it was never a problem. So when I came to the States, I didn't speak any English. I would stay home most of the time. I couldn't even go outside to play with the kids because I wouldn't understand what the heck they would be saying. I remember going to high school and I got bullied a lot. I didn't speak English. I wouldn't understand, but I was smart. I would know my math and all that stuff, but I just couldn't speak English, and it was just this crazy barrier for me. And I grew up and not having much, but I always had the dream and the desire that my mom always told me that, hey man, you're gonna be something. You can accomplish whatever that you want. But the whole goal was through school. It was, hey, go to school, get good grades, become a doctor, and get your life together, and you can help this family. You can be that person in the family that everybody looks up to, or you can be that person that helps us change our lives. So that was the plan. That was the plan originally. And then when I graduated out of high school, I couldn't wait to get out. And then when I graduated out of high school, I started college. I went to school. I was not the smartest student in college. I was a A and B student, average. And then fast forward, got into my internet career, right? My internet business career, man. When I first got started, I just got married. I was going to school. I met a girl. I fall in love, and my parents ended up moving to Florida, so I was going to med school in New York. I flunked that. We was part of a program where we have to maintain a 3.5 GPA. You know how the system works, and I ended up having a 3.4, so I got kicked out of the program. Then I moved to Florida. I met a girl. I fall in love. And 5 years later, being in Florida, going to jobs, I started with one job, which I never left that job. That was the only job that I had ever moved down here to Florida. I used to work with mentally ill kids, so I would take them out. I was kind of a coach, and I was still going to school as a nursing student. Then I got married to my girlfriend after 5 years, and then we moved on together. We moved into our apartment, and life started. Life started, man. This is where life starts, man. This is the survival mode. Okay, life started, and my girlfriend, my wife at that moment, ended up losing her job, and it was totally crazy. I remember her calling me crying, "Oh my God, I can't believe we just got married. Man, I just lost this job." And she couldn't get any, we couldn't get unemployment. So she had a little car that she was paying for, and the car got repossessed, and it's crazy. Life started to happen. This is what college does not get you ready for. College doesn't get you ready for life. They don't tell you that you're gonna lose your job, stuff is gonna happen. So I'm over here going to school and thinking that is the answer, Then we started this online business. Then we got into the survival mode. That's the first stage, trying to make money to pay the bills. That's where most people it's gonna be at when you first got started. You need to make enough money so that you can start paying your bills. That's all that you focus on. How can you get the next sale? How can you get the next sale? That's you on survival mode. You try everything. This is where a lot of people tried so many different things. I was the type of guy that I was buying courses after courses. After I got the taste of making money online, which I made money online the first week that I tried something and I saw that it was real. And then you got introduced to this whole universe. You figure out there's this whole universe of business, of people changing their lives, making money. So I decided, okay, let's quit school now and let's go through this stuff full time. And we started making some money, and then I went full time. Man, after I went full time, it was crazy. Survival mode went to the fullest, because now, not only that every bill was relying on my business, but also feeding the business. So that took a toll on the business. So now I was on survival mode. I was making phone calls every day. I was really calling people. I was doing everything that I can. I was making videos. I was blogging. I was trying everything. I was trying to do affiliate marketing. I was buying every program, every courses. I was on every webinar. Even though during that time though, even though like it was really hard, like it was tough time, but the enthusiasm that I had for learning, because this was like something new to me. It was crazy. The enthusiastic that I had for learning kept me going, even though it was painful, but I didn't feel the pain because I was learning. I was a newbie, and that hunger for, hey man, I can make this stuff happen, that kept me pushing, that kept me going. And during that moment, man, I have faced some hard time, man. I remember, my computer, got messed up and I couldn't buy one, and I remember, I didn't have internet. I had to go to the library to use the internet at the library. And when I got tired of using the internet at the library, I was using internet at the school, posting ads on Craigslist. And then after that, it's crazy. Like a lot of people would make excuses to, why they can't make stuff happen. And, you can either make excuses or you make money or you make your dream happen. I mean, you can't make both. You can't make excuses and have your dream, right? Someone says you can't have your cake and eat it too. I remember during those times that I didn't have internet, I went on YouTube and learned how you can get your neighbor's internet. And I just put that search like this: how can you get your neighbor's internet password? And it's crazy. There was a difference between WEP internet and WPA2 now. Now they don't even use WEPs anymore because they're kind of easy to. You can break the code easy with the WEP. But there was a process. I went through the process. I learned how to do this stuff, and I broke my neighbor's internet and started using his internet until I started making money to get my own internet, which was crazy, right? But I did what I had to do because it was like, dude, like you had to build this business or you have there's no going back. You in survival mode, okay? survival mode, man, trying to make $100 a day. Okay, now after you move from the survival mode, now I started learning the business, and I came out with my first course, which went viral, and people loved it because I was teaching people how to make money off Craigslist. You know, I was teaching people how to get leads and traffic off Craigslist, and therefore people ended up making a bunch of money for whatever programs that they were part of. So now I went from, you know, survival now to security, because now it was like, yeah, man, I can pay my bills, you know, which is the next step that you're gonna go into your business, which is the step of security. Now you feel secure about, you know, paying your light bill. You feel secure that you have this program, you have this system, you figure it out, and you bringing, you know, you bringing 5K a month, you bringing, you know, 7K a month, and you growing, and you feel secure. And that's a stage that a lot of people, you know, want to get to, and 95% of people don't even get to the security stage because of the fact that they get caught in the pattern that I get caught into, was, you know, information overload and not taking enough action, you know, where we feel like, man, oh, when is the next best thing is coming out? So we can never really work on one project until it comes to fruition. So keep trying new things, and until we just keep running around and not having any results, or not having the results that you want. But once you get to something, you practice it enough, you understand how it works, you start making some money. Now you're in the stage of security. Okay, you can provide, you can buy food, groceries, and you feel like you're on top of the world, man. Things are happening for you. But the whole thing, when you're in that stage of security, you know, there's this thing about passive income. A lot of people think passive income is not perpetual. You know, you can be making some passive income. You have to really be careful at that stage for you not to get lazy. When you get to the stage of security, you know, you don't want to get to the stage of comfort. You know, security, not comfort. Understand that, because automatically you become comfortable. You're not pushing for greatness. You're not pushing to the next level. You're gonna rely on what you have, and it's the worst thing you could do, because automatically you start relying on yesterday's success. You're gonna start declining because you're not projecting for the future. You're not making stuff happen in the present to help you secure your future, because you only secured the past. Okay, so even if you had a passive income, like when I created my first course, I was like, oh shoot, let's go on vacation, baby. Let's chill for 3 months. I'm chilling, I'm relaxing, money's coming, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, you the man. I knew I was gonna figure this stuff out. You know, money was coming. Like, I was making $1,000 every day, like $2,000, $1,000 a day. That was money I would make in a month at working a job, you know. And it was like, golly, where was all this stuff all these years that I've been struggling? So I got to a moment of security, and then I stopped producing like I used to produce. So it was like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing. I took a whole month. I went to New York, Canada. I went to visit family. I took a bunch of vacations. I bought a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, I bought sneakers, watches, glasses, new computer, whatever that I needed at that moment. I was just buying it, thinking the money's perpetual. And then, you know, I woke up to the reality, like, after a while, after the course started selling, you know, it started going down. Like, you know, it wasn't going, I mean, it sold like straight up for a full year, to tell you the truth. Like, I was making money every single day, but it wasn't like I was making thousands of dollars. It went from making $2,000 a day for like a whole full month to like making 1,500, you know, in the next 2 months, and then it dropped down after 3 months to like making $1,000, and then it dropped down to 500, and dropped down to 100, and then eventually it dropped down to a sell now every now and then after a year and a half. And I can tell you that this course is still selling. Like, I'm still making money off that stuff even still now, you know, without doing anything, because of the variability that went through. But soon as I stopped producing, it's like I was back in the same mode. I was back in the same hole that I dug for myself. So I'm giving you guys this advice because I went through it, okay? But anyway, once you get to the stage of security, now you work your stuff together, you know what you're doing, you push to the next level, you know, you're gonna establish that stage where you're gonna establish that stage of success, okay? The stage of success is where it doesn't matter, you know, you have enough cash flow right now, you establish enough different passive income, different residual income, from what you're doing, where it doesn't matter what happened, you still good to go for a full year. You have enough cash flow to sustain you for a whole year, because you still have cash flow coming in, and you focus on creating more, right? Even though that you focus on creating more. And this is a stage of success. You focus on helping other people. I started into my coaching, where I started selling higher ticket program, where people start paying me $20K and $15K to coach them, and it became fun. I started speaking at different masterminds, and that's the stage that you want to be in. And that stage is it's pretty awesome. It's a great feeling when you're in that stage. You can buy whatever you want. You can go on vacation whenever you want. You can do whatever you want at that stage. And then the next stage you're gonna get into is the stage of significance. This is the stage where you're not doing things for the money anymore, right? You have enough money, you take care of your parents, you bought them the house, you bought them the home. It was a great feeling when I bought my parents their first house, man. It was totally amazing, because I remember when I first started online and I was facing some hard time. And the first thing my parents told me, I remember visiting them, and then I was like, yo, business is really down right now. And the first thing they told me is, hey, you should have stayed in school. And that's what happened with the average person. They always go back to the to the old mindset, or to the old you, or to the plan that could have happened, because you're facing some hard time. They go back to the place of comfort, and that's what happened with a lot of entrepreneurs, that when things get tough, if they have a job or if they have a second career, they run up to the career and not face the reality of growing. So the fact that I never got my degree, whenever things got tough, I had to figure it out. First thing I know, I had to start reading and start pulling stuff in my mind. That way I don't start thinking about the bills. I don't start thinking about my business is down, my life is over, but I can start thinking on the positive stuff, I can start thinking on the positive stuff to where I really want to be. So I started doing that. My business started to pick back up, but I remember my parents said, hey man, you should have stayed in school. You should have, you could have still do that or whatever, But anyway, once you pass that stage, man, it was crazy when I told them, hey, I'm buying you guys your first house. It was totally awesome, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. But you want to get to that stage of significance where you're doing things not just for the money. The money is already coming. You already know you can create, you can create the amount of money that you want. Now you're doing things because it gets you excited. You're not just doing things because, I remember when I took that time off. If you become a true entrepreneur, a lot of time that we're thinking that we working for financial freedom, or we working to be at the beach. Like, I know with internet marketing, this is a saturated idea. I'm at the beach now and I'm running this business that's making me a bunch of money. A lot of people think that being at the beach, that's what they're looking for, but eventually that's not what they're looking for. I had an experience like that myself. So we made our first big month of 100K. I remember the first time we made our first big month of 100K, I was like, man, let's take a whole month vacation. So we went on a whole month vacation. We traveled out and just chilling. The first month, the first week we got there, so excited, man. Everything looks amazing. The beach is amazing. Banana boats flying by. You just having a great time. By the way, guys, I'm actually driving in my old neighborhood now. I'm going to a friend that's having a party. So I'm actually driving there. It reminds me of the old time, man. It's crazy. It's funny, I'm making this video and now it's reminding me of the time that I was going through, the time of sweat, blood, and tears, really trying to build my business, nights of not sleeping. I remember staying in front of the computer and my wife telling me, yo, baby, come on, you gotta go to class in the next morning, and I was still trying to grind, still trying to figure this stuff out. It was crazy days, crazy nights. You cannot get to success without working. So anyway, come to figure out, after a couple of weeks, after 1 week on vacation, 2 weeks, you start getting bored, man. It's like, man, like, is that what people are just killing themselves for? Like, to be by the beach? I'm tired of the beach, man. I want to go to the city. I want to start making business happen. I want to start, getting some stuff going, man. I want to start talking to people. I want to get around people. it's crazy. You know what people truly want with the whole idea behind living by the beach. People just want to be able to have the vacation, and that's what I realized. You know, being there for, you know, we cut the vacation instead of doing a whole month. We did like 20 days because I just couldn't take it anymore, man. I needed to work, and you can find anyone who's successful. Look at anybody. You know, look at anybody who you consider as successful. You know, Facebook owner Mark Zuckerberg. You can look at anybody that you see as successful. Warren Buffett. These guys, do you see them on vacation 24/7, or they can go on vacation their whole life if they want to because of the type of money that they make. But these guys, they usually work, and they don't just work 4 hours a day. They working like 8-10 hours because they love what they do. That's the difference. Because they love what they do, they realize they can go on vacation whenever they want. And that's what most people are really, truly, that's what most people are looking for. They want to have the ability to go on vacation whenever they want. It's not that they just don't want to work. I mean, who just want to live a life of you doing nothing, of you know, nothingness? You know, who just want to live a life where it's just like, you know, I'm just living and I'm not doing anything, I'm not producing anything, I don't have no hope of the future, no vision, nothing, nothing of production, most likely nobody. So what I'm saying here, guys, more likely if you're gonna succeed, and when you get to that stage of significance, you're gonna be doing things not because of the money anymore, because you've made all the money that you want and you know how to make it. You can keep making more and more of it, but you're gonna do things just because you want to give back, just because you want to help other people, just because you want to make your vision a reality, just because you want to impact the world in a bigger stage. Anyway, guys, I wanted to share that with you. That was Keder. If you do like this video, please like and share it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm about to head to a party, but you know, I just didn't want to waste my time in the car listening to music or whatever. Wanted to speak to you guys, make this video for you guys, but head out there and have a good time. So if you do like this video, leave a comment below, like and share. Let me know where you are right now in your story. Let me know who you are. Like a lot of my subscribers, you know, don't be shy. Let me know where you are, what you're building, if you're just getting started, and if you can relate to my story, and you know, it'll be awesome. But anyway, guys, that was Keder. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.